Hello, everyone. Welcome to, let's see, what we're going to call the show this week. It's not After the Bell entirely, and it's not Talk Wrestling entirely. After the Talk. No, that's stupid. Well, it is After the Talk. It is after Talking Smack, because we're doing the show on Wednesday, and Talking Smack was Tuesday night. We'll see. We'll see what Aaron decides to call the show. It's the Jeff Meacham show. That's really lame, I know. This week we're going to do both After the Bell and Talk Wrestling in one swoop, because I only have 11 questions for Talk Wrestling this week. So I'm going to try to combine the shows this week, and let's talk about what happened on Raw and Smackdown. On Raw this week, we had kind of the continuing saga of Lana and Rusev versus Roman Reigns, and it turned into a big brawl at the beginning, and it ends up it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Rusev at Hell in a Cell inside Hell in a Cell. So that's going to be for the U.S. Championship. That's where we're going with those two guys. I don't know if I like that. I like the idea of Roman not being the champion. Not that I dislike Roman, but he doesn't need to be the guy, as he calls himself. We've got Kevin Owens for that. We've got Seth Rollins in the picture for that. Eventually down the line, Roman will be champion again. There's no question about that. But for right now, he is the United States champion. He is the top upper mid-card champion, if that's what you want to call Roman Reigns, upper mid-card, even though he is the guy. What I took most out of Raw this week, and this is just personal bias, completely personal bias, is two things. The cruiserweight champion, TJ Perkins, tapped out to Brian Kendrick in front of both their hometown crowds, really, because they're both from Southern California. And an awesome match, went back and forth several times. I really liked it. And I love that Gary and his family were there. I thought that was awesome. Much props to TJ Perkins and to Brian Kendrick for an unbelievable match. And, of course, Sasha Banks defeating Charlotte to become the new Raw Women's Champion. Second time around for Sasha being the Women's Champion of the Raw brand, as well as now Charlotte's a former two-time WWE Women's Champion as far as the Raw brand is concerned. We'll be interested to see where this goes from here. I saw a tweet from Nia Jax saying, evidently, this is a three-woman brand of running that Raw. We'll have to see how we can fix that. I like that. I like that Nia is using social media to like, hey, over here, forgot about me. I'm the badass, the dominant female. I almost said diva. I'm the one that's laying waste to everybody that you put in front of me, while these three girls are kind of ruling the roost here. Let's not forget about me for a minute. I like that, Nia. Well done. It's awesome. It'll be cool to see Nia versus Sasha. Not saying Sasha should lose the title, but it'll be cool to see Nia versus Sasha at like Survivor Series or something. Maybe even Hell in a Cell, if they go that far. New Day, and it really was the Kevin Owens show this week with Chris Jericho, because you had them challenging the New Day, losing the New Day, but I observed Kevin Owens kind of bailed on Chris Jericho there toward the end. You guys see that? I saw that. I definitely saw that. Jericho kind of got left high and dry by Owens, so we'll see if that plays into going forward, because there was a little bit of a snippet of a tease of Jericho wanting this shot at the Universal Championship. So we'll see how it plays out. SmackDown was weird. So weird. You had Randy Orton trapping Bray Wyatt in a storage locker, and then Bray Wyatt, with help from his sister Abigail, magicking out of it. Very bizarre. Again, what I took out of SmackDown was not that by any means. That was just too weird. I took out the Dolphumentary, which I think was very well done. Great segment. They talked about on Talking Smack and how really it made a lot of sense, and it really was true to the word, despite it being insulting. It was very well done, and I like that they're still building toward this championship match between Miz and Dolph Ziggler. It's going to be awesome on Sunday. I talked about it on the No DQ predictions video if you want to check that out. I'll pause for a second while you do that. Okay. No DQ, YouTube. Aaron Riff No DQ on YouTube. That's where the prediction is. It's me, David Payne, and Aaron this week. It's an awesome show. I loved it. I had fun doing it. But I had to do this show too. I got to get the bills paid, right? What I like also is that they had the face-off between the championship contenders at the end with Cena and Ambrose going against AJ Styles in that face-off. Ambrose standing tall leads us all to believe that he's not going to be champion after Sunday. I'm still sticking by the fact that AJ retains. That's my prediction for Sunday. We'll see what happens in Sacramento. On to your questions. Jason Simone asks, don't you think that Cena going for a 16th world title would be a great storyline to turn him heel at long last? And there are a few replies to Twitter on Twitter to this, saying that he's already heel, that he's been showing heel tendencies. They're not going to turn John Cena heel. They're just not going to do it. I don't care how much we all bitch and moan and complain and gripe and blah, blah, blah. It's just not going to go down. And I don't think he should be going for the 16th championship. I think they should let that record be, because quite honestly, Nate should come out here and say, you know, I was kind of boisterous about this on the show with Aaron and Dave. Ric Flair is not a 16-time world champion. Ric Flair is at least a 20 or 21-time world champion. I'll have to do the documentation and get back to you guys next week on that, but at least 20 or 21 documented championship reigns that have begun and ended for the Nature Boy Ric Flair. So we'll get to that next week. But that's what I would like to say, is Cena not tie or surpass that mark of 16. The Beast Slayer asks, my WrestleMania 33 dream card. Sasha versus Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship. Have Charlotte be frustrated between now and WrestleMania and jump to SmackDown. So we have Charlotte versus Becky for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Undertaker gets a big send-off at WrestleMania this year. Goes in the Hall of Fame the night before. I'd like to see him maybe finally face John Cena one-on-one at WrestleMania. Win or lose would be epic. Seth Rollins versus Triple H is one I wanted to see for about a year and a half, maybe even the full 2 years that Seth Rollins has been a part of the Authority type angle. Golly, there's so many, so far out, it's so hard to predict what I want to see in March or April, whatever the case WrestleMania is this year. But those are definitely what I want to see. Those few select I already said, definitely. Mr. Yuck has two questions. If James Storm returns to NXT, would it be better to team with or feud with Bobby Roode, a la Owens and Zayn? At this point, if it happened right now, if James Storm is NXT tonight, which he's not, I would put him in a feud against Bobby Roode, because Bobby Roode, the glorious thing, is just going so well for him and being this cocky, arrogant heel. Plus, Bobby has a tag team partner right now going to the Dusty Classic. He's got Ty Dillinger. So I wouldn't bring James Storm back at all right now until the Dusty Classic is over. Then maybe bring Storm back and maybe tease a team, tease a feud, whatever you wanted to do. But I wouldn't bring James Storm back unless he's going to be in the Dusty Classic against him with somebody else as his partner. Maybe Chris Harris. And Mr. Yuck says, is having the Cruiserweight Champion tap out a mistake? Your thoughts on the division relaunch this far? I don't like that the matches are shorter than they were on the Cruiserweight Classic, but I do like the division overall. I like the work, the input they're putting in. I like the work rate. I know it's hard for me to say because I'm a fat, out of shape, ginger who's been watching this shit for 25 years more than I've been wrestling. But I like the Cruiserweights. I like that they're on WWE TV, period, and I like that they're going to hopefully sign more guys, hopefully bring back more guys in the division, and hopefully really get their stuff behind this and really make something happen, because for me, I want to see the Cruiserweights on Raw every single week. I want to see the Cruiserweight Champion every single pay-per-view defend his championship. Hopefully we'll see another Kendrick and Perkins Classic at Hell in a Cell. This is from Joshua Ort at Chef Joe Short. Have either of you guys ever gone after a WWE creative position? You both have great ideas. Not directly. I know that people that are close to WWE, as far as close to Triple H, have suggested Aaron and my name in the past, and it's met with obvious resistance because we pull no bones, we pull no punches about the fact that we are going to criticize what we want to criticize and talk about what we want to talk about. It's just simple as that. If we don't like something, we're going to say something. If we don't like the way things are going, we're going to say something. And WWE doesn't like that. WWE doesn't like that about us. They just don't, because they want their fans to be lemmings and kind of lead along and kind of, just believe the hype that they're put behind the guys. And it's just not how it's going to be with people like me, people like Aaron, people like Mike, people like, the old XMV days back in the day. We just didn't put up with any of their bull crap, and they didn't like it. So we're now on their crap list, if you will. This is from Broken Time Marshall. If Vince McMahon does buy TNA, do you think he'll be stupid enough doing another Invasion storyline? No. I want to believe in my heart of hearts, in my gut of guts, in my brain of brains, that Vince McMahon does not have the mental deficiency to launch another Invasion storyline after the debacle that happened with WCW and ECW back 15 years ago this year. I think that would be the stupidest thing they could do. If I've said this on the live show there, and I said it on a few different shows previously. If I'm Vince McMahon and Triple H and whoever else is in charge of doing that sort of thing, I would buy the library and be done with TNA and let them fade off into the sunset once and for all. Bye-bye. Robert Hansen at Darken Arhall 91, I think that's how you say it. Do you agree that Asuka should be drafted to the Blue brand? Love to see her feud against Becky Lynch for the Women's Championship. She's another one that I'd like to see at WrestleMania, would be Asuka challenging for a championship. That'd be cool to see. Asuka is definitely a name, and she's a great talent. She knows what she's doing in the ring. She's awesome. She is the most dominant woman in NXT right now, and she has unlimited potential going forward. So she could be a great asset to either brand. But putting her on SmackDown is an interesting concept there, Robert. I kind of agree with you on there. Buddy Kyle Allen at John Bravestar. If the rumors are true that NXT gets a mid-card championship, i.e. TV title, etc., would that benefit or hurt NXT having 3 singles championships? Probably would hurt it. I mean, it's an hour show, 2 hours on pay-per-view. They don't need a TV championship. There's something going on every single week. I will say, though, that a TV championship would be hard on the TV champion, because if he's defending the show every TV show, that's 4 shows they tape in one night, I think. And that'd be 4 matches that the guy has to do. That'd be hard on him, but it'd be a challenge. It'd be something to talk about, something to think about for WWE. That'd be cool to see. I would like that personally. I really would. Pinello 14, what are your thoughts on the video package for Emma's return? Confused. Emmalina? I like Emma. I don't know what they're going to do with that. So we'll see what happens. I would like to think that Emma can just be Emma, and they don't need to repackage her to some weird offshoot of herself. Let her be who she is, but what do I know? Tristan McCracken at BC Wrestle. What is your favorite dysfunctional tag team in WWE history? Mine is Matt Hardy and MVP. I'm going to say the B word here, so Aaron, if you want to censor me or whatever, that's fine. But Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. Those 2 guys never got along except for in between the ropes, and they were great. They were the first ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions back in 2002. Of course, it's on the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship belts. These guys knew how to function when they needed to, and knew how to be dysfunctional when they needed to on TV. It was so well done. The whole storyline between those 2 was so great. So well done. Final one today comes from Alistair Kiefer. Hey Jeff, do you think the NWO would have worked if it wasn't watered down with so many wrestlers joining? Thanks. Yes. The NWO was its best when it was Hogan, Hall, MASH, Syxx, The Giant, Ted DiBiase, and Eric Bischoff. Anybody beyond that was strictly to boost the numbers, and I think it was a mistake. And I love my buddy Mark Bagwell, but I think that was the start of the downfall when they started adding like him and Bubba and Wall Street and all of that. Not them necessarily, just the idea there were so many of them. There were so many guys being added to that roster of NWO guys that it just killed everything. Ugh. Thank you all for watching this weird, whatever you want to call it, episode of Jeff Meacham's Rantings on YouTube. We will see you guys next week, hopefully with more shows. If not, we'll do one show again. We'll see you next time.